on that, well done. And at the moment, the starters have pulled up. The engines once again down here, Goodsy in the Holden HG Premier for the Bullet Race Engineering Lane, and they're looked after by Strength Strip Automotive. 383 strokes is down there in the Holden HG Premier that goes over to the summer race. About to do battle down here for the Outlaw Speed Shop off-street drag racing here this afternoon. And good to see these two guys coming out, one from the heart of Adelaide, one from Woodville South. And then coming out, love the HG Prem, don't mind also the one-tonner out here. Great array of differences in the entries that come out for the evening out here, folks, which is good. Enjoyable to see the different types of machinery that comes out. At 117 miles per hour with a red light. 508 at 118.41 miles per hour. So a good blast coming out, of course, from Goodsy down there. Well done. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more runs coming out from those guys. We move on now with Simon Gilligan out here from Mindock in South Australia, the 1986 Commodore 3-litre. Of course, the Nissan RB30 engine, and Jay McCauley in the lovely 67 XW 351 Ford down here. Nice neat appearance coming out before down here from James, so well done to you guys. Dave and Maitland in South Australia, Simon from Mindock. Two very vast different areas of lovely South Australia. And we go back to the RB, towards the finish line with 11.43 at 129 with a VL out there for Simon. 13.8. So it gets a bit more confidence to come out now and maybe drive a bit more better, so to speak. The butterflies do hang around very much in their tummies, folks. I can guarantee that for the first run down the drag strip. Mike Phillips down here, the VFSS Redline, coming up from the cabin down in the white entry down here, and Bass with a 2000. Much better to the youth, that's why it's ahead by so much. 11.0432 and a quick time to a 12.25 and 115.02 miles per hour. Barger's got Blue Demon in his vein. These guys have got drag racing, streetcar drag racing in their vein. Vince Isso down here from Holden Hill in the 79 Commodore 5.8 litre, complete audio electrical looking after him, and Harry over in the Bullet Race Engineering Lane, the Senator 427 stroker. Big top end, Vince goes to 12.24, 114.0 miles per hour. But that VE Senator, well done to you, Harry. And the 10.50, 147, that's a quick street car. Of course, the luxury, the air conditioning, the power steering, everything else that goes with it. Still run that quick, that's yeah, good machine. Alright, some bike riders coming back with that. Kingsley Harvey coming up from Goola in the Bullet Race Engineering Lane on board his Kawasaki 1000. And looked after by the Goulwood team. Thanks to those guys out there for supporting him. And Alex Miranda from Adelaide on board the Bandit Suzuki. A 1150cc entry down there. The summer racing get away and much better action for Kingsley. Pretty scoop down the top end of the drag strip. Clock's 11.36, 142. Good top end. Alex 14.29, only 84.9, backing off early. Got a good run coming out of Kingsley Harbour. Seaford Rise on board the Karasaki 1400cc, looked after by D. Young's Salvage down that way at Seaford Rise, and Morris at Detroit coming out on board the Suzuki GSX down. But 11.5, 438 miles per hour, and Rob Church. Murray's at the same time, so good riding as we move on now with Jeff Bergman. Jeff Bergman down here on board the little Ninja 1352cc bike. Good to see Jeff Bergman down here, young Jeff. William Hine on board a Suzuki GSXR 1000. They're coming over from Morpher Vale. Jeff rides around down the deep end, good top end coming out of William. Yes, 10.72, 143 miles per hour. But let's keep an eye on the next pairing, Anthony Redina and John Banks. Well done to these two lads. Anthony Redina earlier on from Adelaide on the low rider Harley Davidson, and John Banks from North Haven. Summit race between the male and the band. That's Anthony down the finish line, and he runs a 11.1, 425.6. That'll get his heart racing. And John Banks 11.87 at 123.6 mile per hour blast. So good bike riders, and good start to showing their fashion on how to ride a bike out here. Joshua Smart from Murray Bridge is down in the Bullet Race Engineering Lane on the Suzuki. Gary William Russell from Underbull in Victoria, who came out earlier on board the boardwalk, is down there in the Summit Race Equipment Lane. Both riders are getting on the Christmas tree now, the quarter tree. And waiting on Gary on stage is entry from Underbull over in Victoria. Obviously out for a weekend ride with the Christmas drags, what is that down near the drag race there. Joshua at the Bullet Race Engineering Lane, now getting on that drag for the Murray Bridge over the finish line. You recall it's at 12.69 with an 8 hanging off the end of it at 111.8 miles per hour. And Gary Russell Right, I'll go back to the four-wheel variety. Corey Sully coming back on the WRX 2004 LS1 engine on board the Subaru. What a combo. It's good, and it's nice. It goes a little bit of roll racing action also with this car out here, so it's good to see you coming out to the drags, Corey. Well done with that also. And we'll keep an eye there on Alex Militech out here also with the 2009 VE But the green machine, the green 1120, 128 miles per hour. Alex 12.28, 124.89. one, Savvy Roderio, coming out now in this lovely 1968 Camaro. What a beautiful piece of machinery down here. 588 cubic inch engine on board this machine down here of Sav. And Sean Penman, the BB SLE over here at the same time. But taking a look at this lovely Camaro down here in the Bullet Race engineering lane for Sav Roderio. That is a lovely Camaro down there with the boots at the back of it. What a nice street car machine. Starting around the end neck is cleaned out 11.02 at 125 miles per hour. Sean at 10.06 at 150.18 miles per hour. That's all the UCC chromatic horsepower. That's the engines are just idling around the pit area on the road, whatever they're doing. When it's wide open, just cleaning out the cylinders of the engine, the heads, all that sort of thing of the engine. And once it's all cleaned out, you can see so much more of that type of thing coming out from the exhaust. Let's move on now with Pat Leonello down in the Summit Racing Lane, Adelaide with the VE Holden. It's after by Solomon Exploring. Solomon Exploring, I should say, the typing's been correct up here. And Chris Westmacott coming up from Waldenville on board the Falcon. 2005 4-wheel Ford down here, so that's the pairing coming up. New names up on the screen, lovely. Coming out here, and away we go. Reaction time is a 304 to 1.2 that. But that's full power. The VE Holden down here, the V8 all the way. Comes up with a 13.06 at 115 miles per hour, and Chris. There's a lovely pair of things down here on the starboard at the moment. Keep an eye on these guys down here. Coming out, that's the Wanderer. Been around Adelaide and dragged Adelaide days now over 30 years or whether that be Tommy Jerkovic and featured Nutpop down here on board the 572 power Chevrolet 700 and Red Machine. So it's lovely to see these two cars coming out here this weekend. Well done, guys. Thanks for coming up. Of course, Vic from Ho and Tom Jerkovic from Enfield towards the city of Adelaide. And good to see these Chevrolets coming out. 572 big block on board that red machine. Then there's quite a good size engine. Does it pull away from the Wanderer? The yellow 57 is bringing around Adelaide synonymous there. The larger engine, 10.90 and 126.75 miles per hour. But good run coming out from both guys, pretty well neck and neck down the drag. It's the 44 big block Holden HQ, the 71 model from Applefall Park. Here's down the plane. We go over to Vito Sanghisi over there in the Chevrolet Camaro. And Vito's a nice car. Hang on, Vito, what gear are you in down there, man? Going forward, going reverse, forward. Are you down there? The engine may be stalled. Let's keep an eye on him. You might be having a problem down there in lane 1 for Vito in the Bullet Race engineering lane. And obviously, when things like that happen out there in the drag, the driver gets pretty well scuffled on board the mine up there. Most probably having the throttle and turning it over and flooding hell out the engine trying to start it, worrying, and of course under the pump, so to speak. So we'll get that car pushed away from the start line and give him the opportunity to rectify the little problem he might have had and come back when the butterflies will slow down and Andrew House gets driven away from the start line in that big block power Holden HQ and go like hell. It's a nice car. That's Andrew Speed Machine playing in the street car this weekend in Corner Lane. But we'll move on to the machine coming up and go to the next pairing shortly. two strong hearts. Thanks, Johnny, and that is Rundle Street down in Riverside. Summit Racing Equipment Lane, the ute down in the Chrysler utes, and good to see the 225 slant 6, and good to see something so early. The younger folk up there wouldn't know what a slant 6 was, but from production line, the early days of Chrysler, that was their 6-cylinder product, slant 6 back in the 70s, early 70s, 60s, and they got to sit it out there with Con. And Joe does a 171 Volt Monaro out here, 372 engine, package dual bar frame. And that's the Joe Gianni is a Tyler by trade. We'll take the second side now, but that good to see Joe coming out in his lovely Monaro. Used to be a super stock racer in his prime, but just enjoys the street coast. After the weekend coming up, takes the car up to the bed and has some runs down here against the box. Right out to the station, Joe gets home with 2 seconds and 802 coming out of Con in the ute room there. But Gianni with Richard quick previously, have a look at the clock for a real. At 12.07 at 117.13 miles per hour, and Con at 14.67 at 104.47 miles per hour. So John from Carby, so Tom. So you can see the guys just cruising along the road, and of course, Righto, Joe Damasi on board the 2006 Grange down in Pro Action Automotive. You can see Joe coming out. And 408 Cuba down in the HSV. And young Dimmy down there, he's got the camera work all happening. But we go back over to Anthony Silvani in the 71 Volt Transmission Station, 308 now. At 128, not a bad run coming up. And of course George from Pro Action Automotive walking away very, very happily. One of his staff members out there, quite a quick car. And Anthony Silvani, 14.86, 92.05 miles per hour. Good effort coming out from those guys. Let's move on now. Paddy Puscaneri down here in the BF Ford Falcon for Whole Shot Auto Supplies. And coming up from Adelaide, she's at the Summit Racing Lane, Paddy. Thomas Watts from Murray Bridge on the Skyline driver down here. That's what the paperwork tells me. And sitting here from behind, pretty hard to pick, but we go back to Thomas from Murray Bridge. 63 going to Thomas the ball lane. Paddy did a 240 in the Summit lane, heading on down the track, but we go back to the Murray Bridge entry, and the clock will reveal not a bad time. 15.60, 90.96 miles per hour. I've got a list here, folks, of so many events coming up to the Dragway here, which I'll read out to you a little bit later on as we continue on out here. Next time we get a bit of a break out there in transmission on the drag strip. Lisa, one of the girls, great, and they're looked after by Evans Racing. You have Trevor Waters in the 2018 Camaro, 12.75, 119.3 miles per hour. Lisa, 16.69, 73.75 miles per hour. Good effort coming out, one with the girls. Good to see those girls coming out, love that. They had the fun out here just as much as we see Nick Frankham coming up shortly in the lovely 71 Holland HQ 383. From Salisbury Heights, and Chris Gobbo from Virginia in the 1965 Cortina. And from Cortina there looks like it's a pre-watch with a stocky set of wheels on it, clean looking car down there. And we'll find out shortly how we're going to run over the course of the drag race this afternoon, the street event. Thank you so much to Outlaw Speed Shop on street drag racing out here, along of course former performance style your own bracket. Very popular part of the event, I might add also. The burnout demos later on this evening. Plenty of things to be happening as we continue on out here. Rightio, get girls ready. Okay, the officials are out there. Let's have a quick look at the clean up. Let's go back to this paperwork we've got here this weekend. Don't forget, folks, the merchandising will be opening shortly upstairs there on the western side towards the grandstand. It's not open just yet, but also the Dragway bar and Dragway Dragway Bar and Canteen should be open now for business. And as I've been mentioning about the merchandising, they're about to open shortly. How's that? So they're right beside the bar up there. You can't go wrong with that. But yeah, next weekend, as I said, is the finals of round 5 this weekend coming up for the Summit Racing Equipment event. And then we move on to May the 18th, all-day Dragway, of course, streetcar drag racing out here. June, we've got the Charlie Dixon event coming out, the footballer, of course. Charlie's having his event out here on in June. The date to be announced, not too sure what date he's chosen yet, but Charlie Dixon's coming up in June. We also move on June the 1st, back June the 1st, thank you so much. And we move on to June the 22nd, which will be another off-street drag racing event out here. So there's plenty of action coming in. July the 6th out here. First of our big burnout events out here, burnouts at the bend, and a $15,000 burnout show. Prize money, $15K coming up, burnouts out here on July the 6th. That'll be a great event coming up. Then we move on to July the 27th with the winter shootout out here at this drag strip. We move on to August the 3rd for another off-street drag race event. Then August the 30th. Down there, let's go to the clocks, 11.72 to 14 miles per hour. Well done, Chris. 16 miles per hour. That 383 Chevy didn't know what happened when Chris got the green light. Well, Cortina just left him for dead. So well done. Good drag race coming out from those guys. We're going to move on now to the next pairing coming up. Janine Child, of course, Miss VY, the Commodore driver, 5.7 litre, running the Summit Race Lane, about to run Michael Tuttingham. And Michael Tuttingham with that lovely Holden HG Prem, the 364 kit here down here. And reaction time, 2.9% going on. Michael underneath gets away, she went 12-0 and they're on this time around 12.31, bit slower at 115.5 miles per hour. Michael coming out from that clean Holden HG Prem, so good top speed, 147 miles per hour for 10-4. We can't run 147 with that weight going to the 9s, but it's not that easy to do. But let's move on now to the next pairing coming up, as running through brand new pairing coming up around about every 30, 35, 40 seconds out here on the drag strip, which is pretty reasonably well considering the length of the drag strip. Simon Cooper, the WRX Impressive, getting on down the track up against Louis from Barbara on the Commodore SS, who took over the red light. But keep an eye on him getting on down the drag strip, 13.19, 107 miles per hour. 237, only 92.1 miles per hour. Well, here's the pairing coming up, you can see from the very early days have gone by, a little Ford down here and the Beetle. The Beetle coming up also. So let's keep an eye on the Ford Angular, I should say, down here of the Bickle family. And good to see Sam Hawkins and the Beetle, 61 model Beetle. And as I was saying with Daniel Bickle out in 62. Going to run the Summit Racing Equipment Lane, Lee 10 from Roseworthy, the northern side of Adelaide. Lee 10 down here in the 2005 BZ, 6.2 litre, it says on my screen. So it came out that size then, 6 litre or 5.7. Well done down there, Billy, and we go back to the Bullet Race Engineering Lane, 14.40, 122.95 miles per hour. Right, bike riders are coming back. See This guy's also heading our way. Friday the 30th of August will be some drag racing action out here. And then we move on once again to 31st of August, another streetcar drag racing event. Tractor pull coming up in September. Tractor pull will be coming up at this raceway. Alright, so tractor pulling stuff coming our way also. Then that would be September the 7th is the date we've got marked down for tractor pulling. If you haven't seen tractor pull before, renowned world bike rider, 9.567, 127 miles per hour. We go back to Michael Christopher on the Harley, 10.43, 124.6 miles per hour. Good run coming out of Mike on board the Harley lowrider down there. But after CC's, what a great rider. See why he's been on the World Championship stage in circuit racing out there. Let's move on now with Alex Page and Brenton Holder. Brenton down here from Strathalbyn on board the Suzuki 1250cc entry. He's running the Bullet Race Engineering lane. Alex Page for the Summit lane down here on board his 1300cc Suzuki Hayabusa. So I'm looked after by, let's have a look. Nice in this garage. Nice to see. 947 for Brenton Holder. At 146 miles per hour. Brenton Holder at 11.97. Coming out there in the Bullet Race Engineering lane. Great effort against Alex Miranda. Alex aboard the Suzuki Bandit down here. It's about 1150cc entry on the Suzuki out here for Alex. And then back to Anthony, Hayabusa 1300 Suzuki. Quite a popular bike for these Suzuki Hayabusa down in the weekend. And bike riders bringing them out in earnest. They're running against the 43 timing system here, Dragway at the bend for the afternoon. Right, keeping an eye on both of these riders. Waiting on Anthony before the stage, just creeps in, there it is, the trio run down. 4/10 of an amber per yellow light down there. Reaction time was better to Alex in the Summit lane on power. He's on board Anthony's lane, the Bullet Race Engineering lane, away. And the clock's revealed me 11.6425 to a 12.93 at 117.39 miles per hour. Good coming out of Rob Church, Seaford Rise, on board his 1400cc Kawasaki, and over to Marius over here from Adelaide on board the Suzuki GSXR, and I love the way he's put down here his sponsors, his wife and his own wallet, which is great to see. Rightio, they're both down there, ready in their lanes, the Bullet lane for Marius and for Rob on the Summit lane, and they're both ready now to get a green light for street bike. To 11.19 at 138. So reaction from that made it look quite equal down the deep end because Rob was asleep on the lights and Morris took off before the light was even green, so there's a big difference in the start line. It's Kingsley Harvey coming up from Gula now on board the Kawasaki 1000. And running the Bullet lane. We go over to William Hyde from Morphle Vale. to 1061, also 145.35 miles per hour. Well, a good array of bikes here this evening, which is good to see. And have some fun against the clocks out here. That's what we're all about. Of course, proudly brought to the Outlaw Speed Shop, off-street drag racing action here at the bend. As John Banks and also Joshua Smart are the two riders down at the moment. The Bandit rider, the Suzuki, compared to the 1100cc GSXR. The Murray Bridge entry of Joshua Smart, full racing steering lane, and wide open throttles up to John Banks and Paul Raven. He's got that bike pedals down to the drag strip. We'll go to the clocks at 10.890 and 127.9 miles per hour. Joshua with the bullet lane, 12.36. Down here, this is going to be looking good. Let's have a look. Mark Jacqueline in the 84 Ford Falcon 6-cylinder 250 crossflow down here in the bullet race engineering lane, trying to go from Loxton. We go over to Corey Reed, Cadena, up at Cadena, I should say, 1985 XF Ford, 376 Ford V8 looked after by Reed's Automotive. So there's the pairing. Two Fords out here, both almost the same vintage, except a year later, the Cadena boy from Corey Reed. Mark Jacqueline with the 6-cylinder powered Ford Falcon down here with the Microsoft side on 4.2 off memory. Now 15.15, 105.70 miles per hour. Going to move on now with early model Ford Falcon of Billy down here from Clinton, 69 Falcon XT 438 Anna Racing. And nice in the early model Ford down here, it's a very popular entry days gone by. And Peter Villanetto came up from Adelaide in the 74 model Holden HQ down here from PBM Racing. So that's the pairing coming up. Oh, sad, the Ford's getting pushed away from the start line. Something happened down there for Bill. And Bill Panagopoulos, it's a hard one to pronounce, but that's him down there, the Falcon XT. And it's a beautiful car, but very, very sad on his behalf. Hopefully when the problem is they'll rectify that and get it happening out there. As we go over the finish line for Peter, 11.39, 126.2 miles per hour. Good blast with 11.39, the whole HQ out there. We move on now to the next pairing. Cameron English, don't mind this C10 Chevy pickup. 6.2 of the Chevy. Smokes the tyres well. Goody's beside him, the whole HG Prem with the 33 small block Chevy on board. So this will be quite interesting to run between these two cars here. That's Kevin English into fast. Good his HG prep goes well. This will be a good street car drag race coming up down here. And I don't mind the 610 pickup at all. Take nothing away, of course, from Goodie's machine, the prep from off of the car looked after by street team at the moment. Right, get away. And it's crossing down this one round for Kevin English. Definitely not getting on down the track as previous, but Goodie, he got away with a great reaction time and goes a 10.82 at 124 mile per hour. Kevin went 11.1, 428. Those go back to the pit area and look at their time sets and have a look under the hood. See if they can muck around with a few things and maybe try to change their driving technique also, and see if they can improve. Let's see if we can move on now to the next pairing coming up. Chrysler about to take on the Holden 4-door down here on Stephen Middleton. From North Adelaide, 7.2 engine. Blue Cox from Adelaide, 78 damage to the 5.2 of the Chrysler, 318. Down here, good to see the boys coming up. Chrysler versus Holden Starline. From the early days gone by, it's a bit on the AIR days, the AIR is obviously the most of you guys and girls remember that racetrack, but good to see all these things happening out here. And it shows up down the deep end, not by much. In fact, the 12.86 at 103.78. Luke not quite as quick as I thought. Stephen, quicker, 12.64, 110.8 miles per hour. So there's the difference in the two entries coming out. Moving on now with J. McCauley. This very nice XW4351 67 model early out here. And the model going to give a little bit clean down there quickly also. And Georgie down here, 2009 XR6 out here. Looked after by AMG Priority, so nice to see those guys coming up. They'll be on the drag strip shortly. Rock and roll from the early days gone by. Australian Rockers, the Angels at the same time as we see the lovely four of J. McCauley and also George's XR6 Falcon down here. Nice to have this pairing coming our way shortly of the Outlaw Speed Shop Old Street Drag Racing here this evening. And there we go, the clock over the finish line to report that reasonable number 13.25, 107.4 miles per hour. George goes to 30. We get through winter is of course the Garrett Adelaide Jamboree coming back here on Thursday for a test day, Friday test day number 2, and Saturday will be race day. Okay, so that is for the Adelaide Jamboree coming up our way also towards the end of that. And then to have a look on Sunday is also the Sports Compact Drag Racing. That's a long event, 4 days, coming up on October. And also top 2 10 going down to the Summit lane to a 10.86 and 132.1 going to the Bullet Race Engineering lane. Good pairing. So there is a lot of action coming to this drag strip as we continue on through the cooler months of autumn into winter. We still continue on out here, of course weather permitting, and we continue on until we come back to the springtime, the spring nats, and that's going to be a barnstormer event already. Entries have been spoken about through the Dragway office, so all looking good. And the 71 model XY Fairmont 402 Ford, no sponsors, just himself and Rob Zarella in the lovely 71 Charger down in the triple webbed 265 Hemi. But it's Stephen Peters' machine that I want to keep an eye on. The car runs quite hard of memory, turbocharged down here. Steve's done a few more tricks to it over the time, but I haven't seen it at the drag strip, so this will be the first time back against the clocks. The guy from Seaford down here, Stephen Peters, gets away to turn there. Little spin down there the track. Stephen from that point, off the pedal down there, forward to go to the clocks. 11.2 and 119 miles per hour. That's no indication what the car can really run. And then we go back to Zarella, 13.09, 106 getting better off. 13.09, 106 mile per hour for the Charger, 6-cylinder. That's going pretty good for the 6 out there. Now you'll break it with the 12s hopefully this evening. That will be your ambition after picking up your time slip when you come back down the return road. So we'll see that happening out here. Rightio, George Patakis out here, Georgie from Pro Action Automotive, who came out earlier and went 10th. And of course the boys are quite happy with that, about to run Rhett Butler. Rhett down here sitting quietly also in the bleach box, the burnout area of the Skyline. So that's the entry down there for the Summit Racing Equipment lane. And going back to Georgie. Down there, a bit of movement, there's a bit of course, breeze around the racetrack this afternoon. Not a great deal, but it's pretty good. And moving on now with Rhett Butler with this 88 Skyline powered by a 308. And we'll keep an eye on the guy coming up from Bedford Park, so good to see that. And we'll keep an eye. Thanks, Rhett, too, for coming up here this weekend, along with the boys from Pro Action Automotive. Go back from 10.45 at 128 coming out of Georgie's car. Rhett only running a 12, 215 mile per hour. There's more in there also for Rhett Butler, but good run to George.
My boys are
Pro Action Automotive, well done. 10.45.
2 with 10.
And young Dimmy get behind the wheel.
Was 10.6. The other one 10.4.
Of course, pull hands together, they walk by, but see a little happening out there at the track. The 83 model Commodore, the yellow machine, looked after by Virgo Carpentry Services, and we go to Christopher Rose. Christopher in the old VZ 5.7 litre ute down here. So that's the combo we got coming up. Let's keep an eye on Christopher from Seaford, Luke from Bellevue Heights. So they've come a fair distance, but that's the local track here for Adelaide, and thanks for their support coming up here this weekend. Rightio, both drivers get the green light reaction. Was a big wing down there in the Summit lane as Luke was pulling away the yellow Canary Commodore, but the ute's not too far behind him, so Luke is looking good. Let's go to the clocks. If anything, a 13.58 at 102 mile per hour for Luke. Crystal was actually quicker, 13.38 at 109.02 miles per hour. So it was reaction time that was a bit slower to the finish line out there for lane 1. Rightio, Tony Rocker from Windvale is down here in the VESSP, waiting quietly. We go back over to the Bullet Races. VL Commodore. Strong burnout, short but strong, and it's good to see that happening out here. Nice. This car has been a wicked car over the time with Corey, and that goes very well. Good to see Tony Rocker coming out from Windvale also with the VE out here for the afternoon. Wow, Corey builds on the prowl with a 10.65 at 27.5, good drive coming out there from Corey down there. Tony Rocker with a 14.91 and 109.22 at 0 miles per hour. So good driving coming out from the yellow VL, and there might be a bit of an improvement as the night continues on.
Waiting for you to go.
And Sean Dyer, Sean in the bullet lane, he's leading the way, and Sean coming out from Redwood Park, 15.61, 89.7 miles per hour. And we go over to Michael Opperman for the Summit lane, 17.36, 83.42 miles per hour. So not a bad effort coming out from both of those drivers. Thank you so much. Okay, the Dragway merchandising is open, folks, and go pay the girls a visit up there if you like. They've got some very, very comfortable attire that's available here for the weekend. Jacket, hoodies, tees, kids' tees, bucket hats, earmuffs if you need them for the kids and adults, caps, hand coolers, all sorts of gear here at the Dragway. The Dragway bar, so we're up there on the western side of this racetrack. And if you're going by to go to the loo or stretch the legs, whatever you do, yeah, call in and have a quick look at the merchandising. You'll be surprised what's in there. Maybe bring something home for one of your loved ones and surprise them, or something like that, the kids or the missus will let you out for the night, boys, whatever the case may be. And keep it all happening out here at the same time. But let's move on now, the next pairing coming up. And Graham Murray from West Beach, this SSV wagon that was quite quick earlier on, and Benjamin from Lewiston out here in the AU Ford Falcon. Wow, 10.9 thread, 131 miles per hour from Graham Murray. Good drive down there, Graham, from West Beach. That's a quick wagon, what a shopper on a Saturday night at the drag strip. And a 12.26 and 118 miles per hour going over to the Summit Racing Equipment lane. So well done to both of those drivers. Good ETs coming up. We move on now. Here's the guy who won the roll racing last Saturday night over at, of course, the Shell V-Power Motorsport front main straight for roll racing. Mark Mills, he took the win out there last weekend with this very quick Holden Tirana down here, 183 cubes and 2JZ, of course, engine on board. It goes like the clappers. Well done. And Harry is down here beside him, the VE Senator, coming up from Adelaide with a 427 Cuba under the hood. So it'll be interesting to find out how quick this two cars are going. Mark Mills entering. That sounds strong out there for Mark Mills at the 74 model Tirana. Let's have a look and see Mad As Motorsport, Mad As, and that's who looks after it, Mark Mills down there. Well done from Mount Compass here in South Australia, and Harry from Adelaide. And of course, good to see Harry coming up in this lovely V7, a beautiful car I might add, but I'm interested to see what Mark Mills can run. This is his first pass, as long as he doesn't blow the tyres off down here at the start line. When I say blow the tyres off, in other words, spin the tyres on the green light. So we'll see if he drives along again with a blue full. It's entirely up to the driver how they operate these machines down here. Right out of the red, coming up the team today. Down here, the clock's going to tell me 9.35, only 130 miles per hour. Would have backed off 9.35 at 130. That's going. Mark Mills at a 10 week over there for Harry also. Well done to those two cars there. They're a standout here this afternoon so far. That's going to be interesting to see a bit later on as, of course, the night is going to unfold and more action is going to come out here. Let's move on now with Simon Gilligan and young Con coming out from Mansfield Park in the Summit Racing Lane on board the VG Valley Expo. You remember that, those utes down there? And Simon 1095 at 130 miles per hour. Cons at Valiant Cries at the Ute 14.73, 94 from the 225/6. They've done well, 14.7. A little 225. Well done here, Con. Good to see the Ute coming out. Right, kid track going well down here, and well, what's coming our way this time round? The yellow burnout wasn't maybe what he wanted out here first. That would be out of ends out here, the 74 RX2. And a little 3-litre Mazda entry down here from Hartech PC Limited for SPH Engineering. And Burton, of course, the side of Adelaide for Adam Ince. That was Adam on your machine down here. And your stays down the start line as the start gives you away. Then just having a feel of the track. That's fine, that's good. Then you get an idea of the track's like, and you're pulling the car up almost there, backing out of it. So just a familiarisation of the drag strip, I would imagine, for you, Adam, which is fine. It's maybe a wise thing to do, have a feel of the track. As 19.48 at 53 mile per hour is no potential of that car can actually do that drag strip. Georgia there, the Port Race and Derry Lane, 13.5. on, got a team down. Move on down to the next pairing. From Dragway, the Wanderer, hard-top 44 Chevrolet. Tommy Dragway has his car who was set driver in Adelaide many years, over 30 years, still going. And Brett Bryden from Halloran Hill on the BZ Commodore Q down here, 5.7 metres. Coming up, Brett from Halloran Hill, so Tommy coming here to the next middle. 3 runs down. Big heavy car, but still does a good job. Good effort though coming out from Barry, well done to the girl. And they race here out there competing. That's what we like to see, as it all keeps happening out here once again. And we're going to move on now to the next pair more bike riders. Anthony Randina and Arthur CC's. This guy here can ride. It's Arthur CC's, the 2012 Hayabusa. So Suzuki and Anthony on board the low rider Harley Davidson. And keep an eye on him down here once again, Arthur CC's, and you can have a look down there. That tyre down there getting ready. William Hines, Morvale, on board down to the CC Suzuki GSXR. And he's down for the summer race in Britain Main down here. Let's have a look and see where he's getting out coming out third and second here from this particular bike rider. Those move the bike down, otherwise we've got a red light on the bottom, this is the red. And Andrew's in trouble with that, so let's have a look. Moment, just down at your peg, now you've got to roll forward, so the red down there to start high. have these riders out here, and tonight here at Dragway event, and as I like to finish off a new tour out here. The engines will be like again, I said cool air, also high performance and high revenue engines out here, and engines down here in the full engineering lane, so bring the holder from straight out, and this is very cool, calm and collected. Just pulls up towards the start line area. This is where I'll be ready to race shortly. We'll get some organised down there with the border tree timing system. There is their three-stage, fully-stage. Just waiting on Anthony now to put that high key there. It is there. There's signal there. There's the green light That's 31.4 miles per hour. Correct. Hold that. 12.23. over in lane 2, guys, over in lane 2, the summer race is full lane. There's a fair distance I can see from here. Getting up the clean up going on the Madden, coming out to the racetrack. Yeah, all the officials on the start line are signaling to all the independents to go back out and get the track close down to the racetrack. Coming up on the fair there, all that there, and then making sure the tires are I'll keep you up to the forward, folks. In the meantime, go to the Dragway Loop, guys, again, of course, go over to the bar. Over here, some monkeys or a nice cool drink or something walking in the bar if you like. All the Harley Davidson, the low view, so here's the short way home to the finish line. Move on now, young Patrick, that is Canary from Adelaide with the Bullet Racing steering lane on board the BM 6-cylinder for Whole Shop Auto Supplies. And George Panagonda's out here on the XR6 4-litre Ford. Our ESA Cruising sharing a later model, only by a whisker over 3 years, not much to complain of the XR6. Done by George himself at the Gallop down the track reaction time. Good Paddy at the better reaction by far in 309 or 386. But George has got the power to pull away drove around her and pull away down the deep end of the track. George 13.73, 105.8. George 15.83 at 90.23 miles per hour. Paddy down to the full racing steering lane. Some fun on a cool Saturday night here, Dragway at Bentley this weekend. As I said, do you remember next weekend the Summit Racing Equipment Track Championship final, the grand final, is next Saturday here from around about 9 AM all the way through to 7:30 PM. So it's going to be a full day of racing, including pro stock cars and also some nitro bikes, top fuel nitro bikes coming out. So let's take a look at Thomas Watts, 14.49, 100.7. Well done. Rightio, Steve Fairmont coming out in the 75 XBGS, the 5.8 litre. He's running the Summit Racing Lane. Harry coming out here from the BE7 driver, the 427 cubic engine machine. This one goes quite good, don't mind this car at all, Harry. It's a car. Vince Izzo from Holden Hill aboard the Commodore down here on the start line. And David and Negrin from Murray Bridge North with the Holden Caprice out here. So a good pair coming up. One from towards the city of Adelaide, the other here just up the road at Murray Bridge. And great diversity. Supporting Vince out here. And Vince heads to the finish line and goes 11.50 to 116 miles per hour. David from Murray Bridge, very quick, 12.13 at 120.80 miles per hour, the Holden Caprice. Good driving. Good to see that happening. To move on now, Andrew Maris, there's that guy who's been drag racing for many years, off and on from Flagstaff Hill. Came up in 8th league. See at 1995 version out there, and Michael Tutterham into the HD Prem, 364 cubes out here for Michael. And nice two cars, of course, completely opposite to each other out there. But let's see performance-wise what happens when you get a Holden that's modified up to a quite expensive Viper RT10 Dodge 8 litre driven by Andrew Morris here this weekend. Cube inch engine, and then looked after by Reed's Automotive up there at Convena. And Nick Costalis out here in the 2016 Club Sport, the HSV running the Summit Racing Lane. Outlaw Speed Shop, they got a big shipment in of crate engines coming into the store and also into the warehouse, and also coal and racing transmissions for the US of A. So a lot of stock has just come into it. But Jake at the moment is getting He must have moved the car that had a problem, so 107.7